Monster Hunter is a game series I have been enjoying for many years now. So what's it about?
Monster Hunter? What are you doing that?
Well, if you couldn't figure it out for some reason, you hunt monsters, and that's really kinda just it. Honestly, this game series kinda doesn't make sense, because the concept sounds like it would be a really boring game, but it isn't. In Monster Hunter, you play as a hunter, who has been sent by the Hunters Guild to save a village that has been tormented by a mysterious monster. And that's basically it. Yeah, the story of Monster Hunter games are also pretty simple as well. Anyways, you play through the games, hunting bigger and cooler monsters the more you play. Of course, the single player isn't the main draw of the games. Well, at least for me. The multiplayer is where it's at. You and three other players team up to hunt an even wider variety of monsters that I'm pretty sure aren't even in the single player. My first introduction to this series was all the way back in 2009. I just watched a trailer of some Scottish guy talking about killing monsters. I don't even think I first saw the trailer on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I saw it on something called the Nintendo channel on the Wii. Man, the Wii was a weird time. Anyways, what I saw was cool, and I decided I was going to buy Monster Hunter Tri, and I'm glad I did. I actually remember something funny. For some reason, Tri released on 420, so I remember everyone was getting checked out of school early to go smoke weed, and then there was me, getting out of school early so I can play a game about hunting monsters. But yeah, I absolutely loved playing Tri. I believe I put at least 200 hours, maybe 300 hours into the game. I remember so many cool fights. It actually blew my mind the first time I took on the Jin Moran hunt, because it was just so crazy that you went from doing a quest how you normally do it, to doing a quest where you're on a boat in a sea of sand and you have to use cannons to fight this gigantic monster, and then you get to fight on the monster, and then the monster dives and then it jumps over your boat. That really was just a peak fight. There were also some funny moments too, so if it's not already clear by now, I love Monster Hunter, but I have a bad habit of actually not knowing how to say most of the monsters' names, and whatever I say first, that's just the monster's name now. So that leads to some insane situations, because sometimes I am way off. So in Monster Hunter Tri and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I'm pretty sure it's not called Tri Ultimate. I mean, the 3 is on the box this time. Anyways, there's a monster called the Kiripeko. I called this thing the Kopeko for years, and not once did my friends ever say anything. They had to know, right? Why didn't they correct me? Were they just laughing behind my back this entire time? Another funny moment I remember was when I was gaming with my friend Smash Boy, and he asked me for some paintballs, and I was like, sure, how many do you need? And he said like 10, and I gave it to him. Anyways, I think I said it was no big deal because I had like 90 paintballs on me. And then there was just a long silence, and he just said okay, like that was weird or something. Like, I'm not a weirdo. That is a useful item that no one ever took from the chest, so I always took them, and after doing so many quests, I just had an abundance of them. It wasn't weird, guys, okay? Anyways, kinda went on a tangent there. As expected, I went on to play Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the 3DS, and I had a nice time with it. The game added a couple of new weapon types that I did not use. For real, I kinda have a problem of if it's not a longsword or a switch axe, I ain't using it. Anyways, the game also added wyvern riding, which was a cool feature. Now you could ride any monster and knock it down if you did it right. And the poster boy of the game, the Gormagala, which I called the Gormalala until Sunbreak, I told you I cannot say these monsters' names, had an interesting status element with Frenzy. But yeah, I remember having a good time playing Monster Hunter 4, even though playing this game on a handheld wasn't the best, because you kind of need two analog sticks to control the camera, and while there was an attachment to do that, it was really ugly, so I think most people just didn't buy it. Then Monster Hunter Generations came out, and to no one's surprise, I had a lot of fun with the game as well. One of the cool things I liked about Generations was usually there was only one poster boy monster. In Tri, it was the Laggy Crust. In 4, it was the Gormagala. The monster on the box art was usually the big boy of the game, except for 3 Ultimate. The Azure Rathalos wasn't special, like I don't really know why it was on the box art. That was really weird. Anyways, in Generations, we had 4 poster boys. We had the Glavius, the Gammoth, the Mitsune, and my favorite, the Astalos. Also, once again, in case you haven't been paying attention, I don't know how to say these monsters' names. Just deal with it, okay? But yeah, Monster Hunter Generations was really cool. It added the Prowler class, which was interesting. I mean, I didn't use it much, but it was cool going from having the cat sidekicks fighting by your side to becoming the cat sidekick. Monster Hunter Generations also introduced special moves to each class, and they were really cool additions to the combat. I then went on to play Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which wasn't that much different, just more monsters. But I remember the final monster fight the most. Okay, well, it wasn't the final monster. I actually never fought that, but I saw a YouTube video of it, and I kinda wish I did. Anyways, the final monster of the single player was the Valstrax. I remember going into this fight thinking, yeah, my armor is good and my weapon does enough damage. Dude, this was one of the rare times where I barely did a quest. I can't remember the exact time, but Monster Hunter only gives you 50 minutes to be a monster. It took me either 47 minutes or 49 minutes to win. I barely won. That was an insane fight that I was barely prepared for, but it was a good fight. So because I'm a poor boy and only bought a Switch, I actually never played Monster Hunter World. But I heard mixed things. Some people liked all the changes they made and some people didn't. Also, a lot of people hated this handler girl. I don't actually know why. She seems like a nice lady to me, but I guess maybe she was annoying. Anyways, never played World, but I'm going to assume it was good because Monster Hunter is good. And finally, Monster Hunter Rise came out, and it was also great. Well, I thought it was great. I see people saying World was better, but like I mentioned before, I didn't play that one, so I don't know if that's true. Anyways, I had a lot of fun with Monster Hunter Rise. Rise introduces new companions with Palamutes, which I guess they were alright. I mostly stayed with Palicos because they seemed more useful. I mean, yeah, you could ride the dog and get to the monster faster, but the cats could heal you and do more stuff. Anyways, in addition to new companions, Rise also introduces wire bugs, which are cool items to help you zip around, and you could also use them for your special attacks as well. The gameplay changes to Rise were really good in my opinion. Everything felt less clunky. Man, just watch someone in the comments say that the combat in World felt better. One thing I did find weird about Rise is the game's story had the weirdest structure ever. It kinda felt like Capcom wasn't actually done with the game when they released it. I probably should have brought this up in the very beginning, but whatever, I'm bringing it up now. The story content in Monster Hunter usually goes like this. The village is getting wrecked by a specific monster. Throughout the game, everyone hypes up this monster, and then you kill it, only for it to turn out that no, there's actually one more monster that is actually the cause of the problem. So in a way, Monster Hunter games end twice. Rise ends 3 times, and I feel like I saw 3 different credits, but maybe it was just 2. But still, it was very weird, like how many times is this game going to end? But other than that, I really enjoyed Rise, and its DLC Sunbreak. Wait, what does Sunbreak even mean? Do they mean like the crack of dawn or something? Capcom, what does Sunbreak mean?
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not.
It gets the people going.
But yeah, even though I was maybe a full year behind when I finally played Sunbreak, I found it to be a pretty good expansion. mhgenu was a really cool monster, and a lot of the new monsters in Sunbreak were really cool too. Just like previous games and expansions, there were some gameplay changes, but I will not lie to you, I completely forgot to even use them. But hey, I beat the game, so either I'm really good or I just got carried by other players for like 60 hours. Also, I guess Sunbreak also ends 3 times as well, but honestly the other 2 endings are more like a reward in Sunbreak, unlike in the base game. In base Rise, the game makes it clear there's still a powerful monster you need to hunt. While in Sunbreak, it's more like once you beat the really big monster and see the credits, you're good. I mean, there are more monsters, but you don't have to kill them. But if you haven't played Sunbreak, I would recommend to keep going until you don't have any more urgent quests left. Okay, maybe that isn't super clear, so I'm just going to say you should probably hunt Primordial mhgenu before you stop playing the game. But yeah, Monster Hunter is a game series I have loved since 2009, and when I really think about it, it's kinda weird how good this game is, because it seems like it shouldn't be. The game is super repetitive. All you do is kill monsters, take their parts, make those parts into armor or weapons, and do it over and over again. The game should grow very stale, but it never does. Monster Hunter just has a strangely fun gameplay loop. You just want to keep hunting more and more monsters. The monster fights are also pretty good, even though all monsters do have pretty recognizable patterns. Hunting them rarely ever gets boring. Monster Hunter also has many weapon classes, which I already said I really only use longsword and switch axe. But hammer and greatsword are pretty good too. Just a side note though, if this video convinces you to finally play Monster Hunter, don't be a filthy bow gunner. Okay, I'm probably gonna piss some people off, but maybe I have bad luck, but it really seems like every time my team fails a quest, it's because the bow gunner fainted twice, or all 3 times. It's just like, dude, pick a different class. Anyways, Monster Hunter has a lot of weapons to choose from, and most of them are fun to use. While I was in the process of thinking about making this video, another Monster Hunter game was announced. To no one's surprise, I am looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds. I hope this time Capcom gives us crossplay though, because it felt like I was being punished for buying Rise at launch for the Switch. I mean, all my friends got it a year later, and I wanted to play, but I was already 100 hours in, and I'm not just gonna start from the very beginning, Capcom. I'm probably gonna have to buy a new computer if this doesn't come to the Switch Pro or the Switch 2. But yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds looks cool. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry it's been so long since I did a video essay type video. I just procrastinated on multiple things, so this video got pushed back by a lot. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I don't know. I'm not really sure if the script was even more unorganized than the previous videos, but I think you got the point. Monster Hunter is a goated series, and I have had a lot of fun with the games, even though I feel like I probably shouldn't, because repetitive things are boring. But Monster Hunter isn't boring. Anyways, I've been Crazy Blood Monkey. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And here's the end card. Hopefully it recommends something good.